I'm gonna do it, darling. I could waste time trying to figure it out.
Welcome to the DDP Entertainment Report. My name is Jean-Claude.
I've never been this far. I didn't know love could run so deep. I didn't know I'd lose this much sleep. Holding you close, chasing that moon, spinning all night, loving just who you are. Sparks flying in the dark, shooting out lights, running out dreams, figuring out what love really means. Baby, giving you my heart is a real fine place to start. Something is going on. I can't explain, but sure can tell.
Wow, great performance tonight at the Regent Theatre. So is this your first time performing at the Regent Theatre in downtown Oshawa?
This is my first time at the Regent, yeah, so I'm really excited. I've been waiting, fingers crossed, for a while to land a spot to play here, so this was great.
So in your story on the stage, you were saying that you did this cover song for CMT, and that must have been an exhilarating experience. Like, how did you feel about that?
It was exhilarating. Actually, at the time, back in 2009, I still had really severe stage fright, and it was like probably the most terrifying thing I've ever done. I thought I was, like knee knocking through the whole audition, and I ended up getting picked, and it was just it really kickstarted everything for me. And since then, I went back and I did another show on CMT this summer called Big in a Small Town, and it's been great. It's been a really great relationship, and it's been nice to have their help, but still be able to maintain like complete independent control of where I'm heading.
Now, the idiom of country. Like seriously, what drew you to the idiom of country music instead of rock and roll or pop or anything like that?
Well, I guess I grew up writing and recording music for film and television, mostly pop, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed performing pop and listening to it, but in terms of being an actual marketable artist, I just didn't really feel like pop was somewhere I fit in. I felt like the focus on image and being thin and wearing skimpy clothing was a little bit much for me, yeah, and I felt like the country music industry is significantly more welcoming and accepting of people just as they are, and I really wanted to find a place where I could just be myself, be comfortable, relax, and get more into my music. So
So what inspires you? What's your muse? What inspires you to write country music and write songs? What gets you?
I guess kind of everything. I mean, I have like 150 little tiny notes on my phone, and whenever I'm driving around and I get an idea, I just jot it down for the next time I'm in a session. But it really can be anything. I'm going to be playing a song with Patrick later that we wrote together, and for this particular song, I had this idea of reach and run. Just kind of like the whatever that word is, the oxymoron of the two together, and I had it just reach/run written down for weeks, and I said, let's toy around with this idea, and that's where the song comes from. So it can be as small as two little words that build the whole idea.
So lyrics first and then music later, is that how it works?
No, everything together.
Everything together.
Sometimes I'll get like a lyrical idea first or a melody idea, but when we're actually writing the song, we kind of just go for a little bit of everything together.
So how many years have you been performing, like seriously?
I guess I officially signed my first deal at 17, so I've been working in the business for 10 years now, and playing live frequently for about 7. Yeah.
Now our corporation, DDP Studios Incorporated, we make thinking fun, and we collect wisdom from artists. So that's basically one of our mandates and our mission statements, and we're a big supporter of all forms of art. What kind of wisdom? What have you learned in 10 years of performing? What can you share? Maybe with other young ladies who are coming out, in the woodwork to sing.
For sure. I mean, I've learned a ton, and that's why at this stage of my life, I decided I wanted to start turning around and becoming more involved in the business aspect and the education of other artists. So for this particular year, I'm now a member of the the board for the Country Music Association of Ontario, and our program is that we want to educate artists to be better. And we have seminars and programs like that are great for people, where we talk about what our little pieces of great information are. And I think the number one thing I can tell everybody is that it's really important to do your research. Don't trust what people say. Don't trust what your friends tell you about somebody else. Do your own research and make sure that you know who you're working with and you know what you're getting into before you sign anything or spend any money at all. And then you'll be safe every single time.
Now, I ask this question a lot because of the onset of technology. We've got Twitters, we got Facebook, we have a whole bunch of other. We have YouTube, we have Tumblr now, and Zerker and everything else. I know. Now, but it's an exciting time for us artists because now we are able to to display our wares basically on the internet. So what's your point? What's your sentiment on that?
I think social networking is obviously something that's really benefited the independent artist. Really, we're in the age of the independent artist. When I first started at 17, I worked at Universal Records, and I saw the way a traditional record company works, and I saw the way my traditional record deal worked. And when I left my record company to be independent, it was during the best time. It was the birth of the tools for the independent artist. I have the ability to go on Twitter and build a network of up to 50,000 local fans that are in my demographic, that are in my purchasing range, that will like what I'm singing and like what I'm talking about. And every time I want to say something, my message goes straight to them. I mean, and it's free. You can't even pay for that kind of advertising. So, social networking is really key. It's a great thing for the independent artist to learn about because it can really help you.
Yeah, and it's like developing your own fan base. Entertainment Report. What's the next thing right now? What's just time to pitch it? Just time to pitch it, Canada.
Yeah, I guess I'm working on my next record right now, so that's what I'm excited about. My first record, Unbreakable, just came out in the summer of 2012, and I started writing for this one in the fall. I really want to go into this particular project with about 40 songs written, so that I know I'm picking like my best 7 or 8 tracks. So I'm trying to be really prepared this time around and be more relaxed about it instead of like my first record was quite rushed and it was like an intense project. But I really want to pick my best songs and write with the best people I can this time around.
Okay, so if for our viewers online and so forth, how can they reach you? Would you have a website, Facebook, Twitter? It's time to tell me, and even for those, and then spell your name for us so that people can Google it if not everybody's into the website.
All right.